Hello and welcome to our channel, and I'd like to thank people that have been watching our videos and liking and subscribing them, so I thought I'd better show my face. My name's Kath and I'd like to tell you a little bit about our experiences of boating and buying a narrowboat. So here's the history. 25 years ago we had narrowboat holidays, a couple of them, which we loved, and we decided to buy a little cabin cruiser, and that was a Dawncraft Dandy. So the Dawncraft Dandy was 19 foot long. Four of us went away on that and had some happy times. My husband and I and two children. So after a couple of years we decided we needed a bit bigger boat as it was a little bit cramped. And yeah, we started looking around and we found a Dawncraft centre cockpit which was 30 foot long to marina. It was taking on water and it was in serious need of some renovation, so we put an offer in that one and bought that one and renovated it. So we really enjoyed doing that boat up and renovating it. It was really good. And then we had some lovely holidays on that boat with the kids, and yeah, we kept it for about 6 years and sold it after that 6 years because we moved on to other things and the kids were growing up doing their things, so we decided to have a break. So fast forward 19 years, our friend puts a post on Facebook asking for someone to help her move a 70-foot narrowboat. We volunteered, and we'd always looked at boats in sales basins if we'd been away or near a marina, that sold them. So yeah, we've always hung our nose over them and looked at them whenever, like a lot of people do, I suppose. So yeah, we had a lovely day on this narrowboat and solid fuel stove going in the cabin. Cold December day. It was after the floods in 2019. So yeah, as soon as I got home, I started looking into how much they are to buy and how much they cost to run and how much the canal and river licenses and moorings and insurance, and then you've got the maintenance where you've got blacking and boat safety certificate and all things like that. So it's quite, it's quite a lot to consider. Remember when we had the cruisers, they wasn't ever so cheap to keep, although cheaper than a narrowboat, I think, my personal opinion. So yeah, I thought about it for about an hour and then persuaded my husband it was a good idea. So yeah, started browsing through the internet and at boats that for our budget, what they were like, and then started going around some sales basins in the marinas, and really enjoyed doing that. Although sometimes we was a bit disheartened when we was looking on them because some of them were some right states, really dark and really everything wanted ripping out of them and totally gutting, and the windows were leaky, and there was water in the bilge, like a lot of water, with things falling apart and oil and in there, and it was just, yeah, some of it was quite disheartening. And then you looked at other boats that were really nice but out of our price range, because we looked at every price of boat. It was it was a learning curve, let's say. It was a learning curve. And then we found a boat that was at Sawley Marina in the sales basin there, and yeah, we really liked that boat, although we wanted a solid fuel stove, and I liked the idea of having a side hatch as well, but that didn't have that. We kept going back to that one, kept looking around and looking at boats which were more expensive, and then cheaper boats that wanted so much work doing on them, and we just kept going back to that one at Sawley. Anyway, March came round 2020 and COVID hit, so that was it then for 10 weeks. We had to sit at home. I found it really difficult myself because I was off work, which isn't such a bad thing because it's nice to have a rest, isn't it? But I got really bored and I found it really difficult sat at home. But, I know it was very devastating for a lot of other people. So, yeah, it was just, really difficult time, and it was awful. And, we're still recovering from that now, that COVID horrible thing. So, fast forward 10 weeks and we started looking again. Anyway, this boat was still on the market. So, I thought, is this a sign that it's meant to be? We went to see it again, and then we just couldn't decide. We're summing and ahhing. So I invited my daughter to come and have a look at it with us, just to, sort of verify we was doing the right thing or the wrong thing. And that particular day, she was running late. So I phoned up Mercy at New and Used there. It's a boat brokerage in Willington. And there was a boat there that we hadn't looked at. We'd looked at loads of boats there for sale, and that one had been there all that time. So it's just the one that we didn't look at. It was 57 foot long, nice size, I thought. Can invite the family and everything. Semi-traditional stern, which is what we wanted, and so it got everything that we wanted on it. So I phoned the marina up and spoke to them. It was the top of our price range, so I think that's probably why we sort of didn't look. We just walked straight past it. There was like an old pallet on the roof, and it had got flowers in pots on the pallet, which had all died, which I don't think did much for the selling of it. But I don't know. But so we just completely ignored that one, and it was at the top of our price range. So anyway, they phoned up to make an appointment, and they said it was fine and we could go and have a look at it. So off we tootled in the car. We went over there and went and had a look at this boat, and that boat was called Emerald. Say no more, eh? So it was Emerald. So the first time we went down to her, we just thought, I don't know, with the old pallet on the roof, it just made it look, I don't know, a bit grubby. I don't know. But anyway, I went to get on, and I got on the bow, and as I got on, I stepped onto the locker inside the bow and went straight through the bow locker boards. It went straight down, so I actually fell onto the boat, which probably wasn't a good start. But we looked around it. It's got the solid fuel stove, and it got a side hatch, and it's got nice and airy red carpet on the walls on the sides, which was not, but a big table. You'll see anyway, because I'll show you a video of it. There's one or two photos of boats that we looked at as well, which we did like. We didn't take photos of every boat. We did look at a lot, and I do recommend that, because it's just to find out what you like and what you don't like, and it's good. Just make sure you look at, if you're looking for a boat, to make sure you look at plenty, and that's what was advised to us to do. People recommended we looked at plenty, and we did, and I'm glad we did. So and I'll talk you through it, as I took a video of it, and I'll talk you through that and how we went on. So here goes. So this is the boat that we was on the verge of putting an offer in on, 50 foot long, but just hadn't got the things that we wanted. So and these are fewer boats that we looked at, just to give you a general idea of things that we was looking at. Some were cheaper, some were more expensive. And this was Emerald the first time we saw her or looked at her. palette there with the dead flowers. This is a video we took. It is in the wrong format, but it's just one we took, you know, to take home and reflect on. So as you can see, it needs some paint sort of work doing on the back at the stern there, semi-trad, which we love. We like them types because they look nice. And into the engine bay we had a look, check the oil, and there's no water in there and no oil under the engine. The oil was actually really, it was clean, you could hardly see it on the dipstick, it was that clean. So it's obviously been serviced well. The back there, the wires needed tidying up, you know, good clean up and a bit of rust treatment and paint where it needed it. And the boards there, they was very springy, so they will need replacing. So I don't want to go through onto the engine really. Already been through the bow locker. Yeah, so yeah, she was a good solid boat, a good boat that we could put our own stamp on. And there's solar panels, look, I think they're about 250 watts each, not certain, but they charge the batteries up really well in summer when we're out cruising. So that's a plus. Free electricity, and you know, you can see she needs a bit of TLC. There's a central heating on the boat with Basto on the left there as you came down the steps. Bedding still on the bed. That all got thrown away. On the mattress, we've got a new mattress. This is where the inverter's kept, which gives you 240 volt electricity and charge the batteries up when you're on electric hookup as well. This is a travel power, which runs from the engine. It's a generator which charges the batteries up, and it's good to run larger appliances, but that didn't work. So yeah, that failed in the survey. A big massive wardrobe at the back there, which is huge, and cupboards under over the bed. Yeah, we looked everywhere, we looked in everything, you know, checking for any damp and, you know, anything that's not right, you know, telltale signs of things that aren't quite right. We looked, and that we thought that was broke, but actually that's where there was a spare cassette for the toilet stored in there, because this boat's got a cassette toilet. So yeah, that was all right. Into the kitchen area, nice and light and airy, a nice Houdini hatch there, which lets loads of natural light in, which is, you know, makes it feel more spacious. And then we went into the bathroom. So yeah, it's a sort of a narrowboaty kind of a bathroom. It's got a toilet and a sink and a shower and lots of storage again. I love storage. I love loads of storage. Storage under the sink as well. And there's a shower and bath. Very small bath. I won't fit in that, I know that. You get a small child in there. Yeah, it's handy. It's handy for when you, you know, when you have a shower, you're not going to overflow a shallow shower tray, are you? Which I imagine is quite a problem. There's a toilet. So yeah, that's good. And it's a bit damp in there if you look, and there's a container that's catching drips that go down the plug hole, from the plug hole. So that's a job for the husband to sort out. Be easy for him. Wouldn't be for me. No, it'd be a disaster if I tried to do any plumbing. But, yeah, as you can see, all the woodwork, it was really dry inside. You know, the whole boat was nice and dry, and it's good basis. And see the skulls there on the curtains? No, they went. And the wallpaper, that was, yeah, not very nice. I love this, the side arch. It's definitely a selling point for me, that was. Moored up, looking out onto the canal, it's lovely. And 2 fridges on board into the galley. So both 240 volt. Yeah, it's all nice, lots of storage in the kitchen as well. Yeah, love it. I keep saying that, don't I? I just walk around going, this is, I can really imagine us doing something with this boat. I mean, you can replace the oven. The oven's a bit old in the hob. But you know, it's something we can sort of make our own. It's a cupboard full of cleaning stuff. Some of it hadn't even been opened. In fact, a lot of it hadn't even been opened, which is a good job because it needed a lot of cleaning. It needed a deep clean. But I don't mind getting his hands dirty, getting old marigolds on. So yeah, all the crockery and pans and pots and everything you needed in a kitchen was left on board. That all got a good clean, and we've reused it. Why not, eh? No point spending where you don't have to. So yeah, it's got a sink there, kettle, chopping board behind, little plugs. Yeah, got plenty of plugs on board. And then into the living area with the red carpet, which went before we even left the sales basin and that table, and the solid fuel stove, which is was one of our wants, one thing we love, and the crash there, which is great because you can remove that. You can take that off. So we take that off in summer, and yeah, we put the offer in. A bit of a, you know, say a cheeky offer, but we offered what we thought the boat was worth and how much we got to spend on it when we figured it out. So yeah, she's in the dry dock there having a survey. When we put the offer in, we got set to put a deposit down, and then we had a little test drive in her to check the engine, you know, just to make sure it, I don't know, went backwards, forwards, like no smoke. But yeah, it all went well. And the survey went well as well, as you can see from the pictures, if you understand that kind of thing. But you get a survey report, and then we paid the money, and Emerald was ours. Made sure we put the insurance on before we paid any money over. That's very important. A lot of money, and that's as soon as we collected it. I collected it as soon as we went to get the keys. And that's about 2 hours after. I couldn't believe how quick we'd worked. Well, my husband, Carl, had worked because the car was parked close by. So we put some camping gear on, just temporary, ready for 2 weeks when we're going to send her go on a test run with her. Look at his face. It's my son. My son came with his wife and my daughter and a boyfriend. So yeah, it was exciting, so exciting, but quite scary. Yeah, down to Stenson Marina, and beautiful day, and got the cratch off, and it was all just a dream come true, and it's something we'd wanted for a long, long time. So yeah, good days, happy days. And there she is, all moored up in the marina. It's interesting to get her into her parking space. A bit out of practice, but we got there. We've got a few of the people like helping us, and yeah, friendly, very friendly people. Boaters are. So yeah, thank you for watching this. I hope I've not gone on too much, and yeah, hope to see you soon. And I hope I can make some more videos. And if you liked it, you know, like it, subscribe. Is it what you say? So yeah, so you all take care and keep safe, and hopefully see you soon. Bye for now. Bye.